All right, let's see if you can hear me this time. I updated my computer and it kicked out my mixer for some reason. I can hear myself, but you guys couldn't hear me, so that was really weird. So let's see if we're working again. It should be back up. Just double checking. All right. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hear you. Okay, good. All right, well, we'll try this again. Again, I had updated my computer and it kicked my mixer out for some reason. So my settings had changed. Sorry about that. We'll take two. All right, so I wanted to come on and I got to remember what I said on the last one. I wanted to come on and give you some of my experiences and some of Angela's experiences so far with this COVID stuff. If people were to ask me if we would change anything that we did prior to us being diagnosed or being tested positive, I would probably say no. Mainly because nobody really knew how strong this was going to be. You've seen older people that were surviving it, the older populations getting by. Yeah, there's some deaths, but that's with anything. The one thing that I would say that I would do now is I would definitely be a lot more cautious. Mainly for Angela. We were a little cautious anyway because we know that she was kind of in the high risk category. So, when we were out and stuff, she wore a mask. She wore a mask at work when she was at the school. We wore a mask every time we went to the assembly. Anytime we went to a store, we had a mask on. We don't know where we got it. We honestly don't. I wore one at work. I actually had an employee that I know religiously wears one because she has kids at home. She came down with it. She's asymptomatic, thank God. But the mask itself didn't help. So I think that caution-wise, I think what I would do is I would definitely make sure that we were not right up on top of anyone. Be careful what you're touching. I definitely want to be a lot more careful for Angela in the future. And I don't know, no one knows how long the immunity lasts. So once you get it, who knows? I do know, thank God, that Angela is getting an immunity kind of treatment at the hospital. They're actually putting in plasma from someone else that had COVID. That's supposed to help build up her immunity and help fight this off. So we're hoping that does the trick. She's also getting remdesivir, the same stuff that Trump had when he had it. And they're also giving her a steroid treatment to help boost the strength of her lungs and help get the swelling down and all that kind of stuff in there. So she was a little bit better today. I'll give a little update on that. She was a little bit better today. She's been chatty a little bit more on Facebook and sending me messages. And she talked to her mom and daughter down in California for a few minutes. She does get winded. She has a hard time getting from her bed to the bathroom in the hospital. I know she probably got kicked my butt for telling you that, but it is what it is. She's on oxygen, so when she comes off of it, her oxygen stats or her O2 stats drop. So she's got to be really close to oxygen the whole time. She's got pretty good nurses helping her out. She does have her own room. Thank God it's not in the ICU. It's just a regular room. They are doing a really good job so far keeping her comfortable. She actually was watching TV tonight, so I said, well, you're getting fancy. You got one of them talking boxes. Just, trying to make her feel a little lighter. This is really tough. I mean, when people get sick, you expect to be able to go see them. I obviously can't because I have COVID, but she can't have any other visitors. I can't go there. So, this is when just think about this, folks. If you get this crap and say you get sick and you have to go to the hospital, you're done. You can't have no friends. You can't have anybody come visit you. Your loved ones have to sit here at home and wait. So that's one of my experiences, and it's literally the toughest thing I've ever had to do. Now, me and Angela's been apart for a while. When I moved up here, we were apart for like 3 months. That was easier because I could pick up the phone and talk to her. That was, we had that communication. It was very good. But when you're in a hospital and you don't know what's going on from minute to minute, it really starts to weigh on your mind. And I'll tell you right now, with COVID, it's already it's already in your head. I mean, walking down the stairs, I get lightheaded. Walking up the stairs, I get lightheaded. Stepping outside in the cold air is just like brutal. And it gets in your lungs, and it just, to me, the way this feels, excuse me, to me, the way this feels is like if you were to take and this is going to sound really funny. I used to paint cars, so I used to have masks and stuff like that, but paint always finds a way in. And I painted, the last car I painted was like an 89 Chevy Camaro. It was a long time ago. It was up here. Anyway, I spray painted it in my garage, and I did it with the right equipment. I did everything. It turned out really good. I had a face mask on with the filters and all that good stuff, and the paint still has a tendency to get up in your sinuses. But when it does it, there are a couple things happen. You do inhale some of it. It gets in your lungs. And of course, it turns your boogers the color of the paint you're using. So I had like blue Smurf boogers for like 2 weeks. But this feels like I've been breathing paint, and it won't come out. It feels like it's sticky. It feels like it's gooey. You can't cough it up. It just stays there. And nothing really helps it. The more you talk, like I'm talking a lot right now, I'm trying to slow down so that I don't get going too fast, but it's something that the vibration of your voice, things like that, it makes the stuff move around. But coughing it up, it just grabs your lungs and just holds on like glue. So with that said, I don't want to tell anyone what they can or can't do. I want everybody knows how caring I am for everyone else out there. I want everyone to take the precautions that we probably didn't take, honestly, before now. I want you to take it serious. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean you can't go out and live your life and do the things you do, or I'm not saying that the masks are going to do any good, because personally, I don't think the masks did any good. But I think it's the proximity. I think it's things that you touch. Being in a grocery store is probably not a good idea, especially Costco. Certain things can definitely get you sick. It's just, no one knows who has it. No one knows where it's at. It's in the environment. Everyone's going to eventually catch us. But here's the thing I want to try and push on everyone. There's certain things that can help. Gatorade has been huge for me. I've been drinking Gatorade like it's gallons of it. I mean, it's been a godsend. Keep my energy up, keep my electrolytes there. I'm not eating very much, mainly because I'm not hungry. I'm trying to eat a little bit at a time, not a lot. Here's the crazy thing. This is like one of the best weight loss diseases I've ever seen. I was over 240 when it started. I'm at 230 now. So I've lost I think I was at like 244. I'm down to like 230. So 14 pounds in 4 days. And I'm not going to the bathroom. I think what's going on is my body's fighting this so hard that it's just using up the energy that I have. And walking up and down stairs is a nightmare. Just walking down here, it took me a little bit to set up. Obviously, I didn't take enough time to set up because I didn't have any volume on the last one. But walking down the stairs, just a little change in altitude, and that's not much, like 10 feet. My head was like swimming. I mean, it was like trying to get your bearings. Going up the stairs is the same way. Going outside in the cold is like, man, it's brutal. Tonight I got to go out there and I got to take our trash can out because it's trash night. Not looking forward to that at all. I'll probably have 2 masks on just to keep the cold air out. But being at home alone has been one of the hardest things. I mean, I've had people dropping me stuff off, and I've had human interaction, thank God, from a distance, but I haven't had, a conversation with anybody, farther than like 10 feet. I don't want to get anybody sick. So one people that dropped stuff off, I opened my garage door. They walked up and put it in. I stayed in the house. They put it in the garage. And when they were done, I closed the garage door. Then I went and picked the stuff up. I don't want to get anyone sick, but I think that we need to start paying attention a little bit more to the things we touch. I know a lot of people want to get it and get it over with and everything else, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm relatively healthy other than being a little overweight. I'm an ex-smoker. I smoked for 10 years. I quit 9 years ago. Okay, my lungs have 99% capacity. I mean, I've got good lungs. And this stuff knocked me on my butt. So, just a word of caution. Be mindful of certain things. And I know that, people don't want to go out and get tested. That's fine. But just be aware of it. If you're around someone that's sick, suck it up. Maybe go out and get tested. If you're starting to feel like crap, it might be a good idea to go get tested. That's my synopsis on this. I think eventually everyone's going to get this. I'm not so sure that the vaccine is the way to go. I think us building up our own immunity is the best way to go. But some people can't do that. Some people can't build up that immunity. Angela's one of them. She already had compromised lungs from asthma. I mean, real bad asthma. And I'll tell you right now, and this is probably going to make me tear up a little bit because it was very, very difficult, extremely difficult to watch her struggle for air for 3 days. And here's the thing that I found out about that. So if you're in Anchorage and you have COVID and you have bad lungs, whatever, you want to watch your oxygen stats. If they fall below like 94, really start considering going. Me, when I get below 94, my head's like, holy crap, I can't do anything. Angela got clear down to 91 before I made the phone call. And when the EMTs got there, they're like, oh, well, 91's not that bad. I'm like, yeah, no, that's all bad. You got to go. So I'll give you some experience whenever the EMTs came and picked her up. Now, this was definitely an interesting thing. It literally looked like we had an alien invasion on our street. Ambulance rolls up. Fire truck rolls up. These EMTs get out. They're all dressed in hazmat suits. And I mean, they're dressed in hazmat suits, real ones. They've got the helmets and, they've got the lights inside the helmet so they can see what they're doing. And they got the hose going out the back. And they got the face shields and everything else. I mean, it's like there's oxygen inside these suits. So they're like negative pressure. So they can walk around and they can talk and you can hear them. It's a little muffled, but it's not too bad. But I had one of my neighbors seen him and they're like, what the hell's going on over at Sherman's house? So, and this was at like 5:30 in the morning. So imagine, people that are not used to seeing that kind of stuff, panic or whatever. But when they came in, only one person came in and they actually tried to talk Angela out of going to the hospital. I thought that was kind of like, what the hell? Your job is to do and help people. And I'm not saying the guy's a bad guy. It sounded like to me he was more concerned about her going into the hospital and maybe getting a secondary infection. But, I did find out from Angela, though, that he ended up being one of the best guys she's ever dealt with as far as an EMT goes. He kept her calm. He was very calming. She was outside in the cold, and she has anxiety real bad. And he kept her from seeing her stats, so she wasn't anxious about them. He kept her calm the whole ride to Providence. Now, when they got here, she was at 91. By the time they got to Providence Hospital, she was down to 88. And she had 102 fever. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, if you got one of those stupid bleep scanner things that goes on your forehead, throw the damn thing in the garbage. They don't work. We have one, and it didn't detect a fever. So I missed the fever. So we've got something better at home now. I've checked it on myself a few times. And if you got one of those stupid little scanner things, toss the damn thing in the garbage because they're not worth a shit. So that's some of my experiences. One thing that helped me a little bit get some strength back was hard-boiled eggs. I know a lot of people, there may be people that don't like that, but hard-boiled eggs work really good. It's a lot of protein. I cooked 7 of them yesterday. I ate like 3 yesterday and 4 today. That helped out a little bit. Ate some cereal today. The milk that I drank probably wasn't real conducive to clearing lungs, but it tasted good. So I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to stay healthy. But I think it's important for someone that's been through it, someone that's going through it like I am right now. There are things we can do to prevent you from getting sick. One of them, again, is, I'm not saying we don't go out and get in crowds. What I'm saying is, don't get nut to butt with somebody. Don't lean in and whisper in their ear. Don't, just be mindful of your distance. Know who around you is sick. If you hear anyone cough, and get away from that person, because they're probably, they may not be sick with COVID, but they might be sick with other stuff. I just want people to be careful. I care about people. That's my nature. I don't want anyone to get sick. We're all valuable in this world, and I don't care what your views on anything are. We're all valuable to this world. So I don't wish this crap on anyone. I know I've seen some of the Democrat people out there. This was sickening, actually. Don Young got sick, and he was in the hospital, actually, when Angela was there. When Angela got taken in, Don Young was at Providence, I believe. Anyway, I seen on a message board where someone was wishing death on him, or said it was good that he got COVID because he doesn't do anything good for Alaska. What? Why are we like that? There's no reason to wish death on anyone or wish a disease on anyone. Have we devolved that far that you would literally wish death on a sitting U.S. senator that served the state? This was someone in the state that did this. He served the state for, 25 years? The longest serving senator that's been in Congress, something like that. I don't know how many years he's been in there, but he's been a lot. And he's been a good senator for Alaska. He's really represented the state well. So for anyone to wish death or wish COVID onto somebody, you need to go check yourself into a mental institution, because you're stupid. You're nuts. You're not thinking right. So anyway, that's my little rant on that. But I don't want anyone to get sick. I think it sucks. I think that me and Angela definitely have learned from this, for sure. Anyway, I can give you a little more update on her. She's been chatting with us a little bit. She talked to her mom today on the phone. She is on oxygen. Keep her stats up. She does have a little trouble walking from the bed to the bathroom. But that's just because every time she gets up, she's got to take her oxygen off, so her stats drop. And she's expending energy, so it's going to take a while for her lungs to recuperate. So I wouldn't expect to see her out in public places anytime soon. Maybe I can get her to start making videos so you guys get to see her a little bit more often. That'd be kind of nice. Maybe she'll do some videos with me so that you guys can see her. I'll tell you right now, though, folks, she does feel the love. She appreciates everyone that's reached out. She appreciates everyone that's dropped stuff off at the house to help me out. It's hard. I'll tell you right now, it's really, really hard to sit here and not know what's going on in the hospital. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. It makes you feel useless. It makes you feel makes you feel helpless. And when you're used to being around someone, as much as I'm around Angela, it's difficult for them not to be around. Our normal daily talk, or I don't know, her chewing my butt for something I did, or me chewing her butt for something she did. You get so used to that, and then you take it for granted. And then when it's not there, you're just like, what the hell? It's tough. I know going to sleep and her not laying in bed next to me that's brutal. And she's not there when I wake up. I check my phone all night long to see if she messaged me. So it's tough. You have to forgive me. I'm kind of holding them back right now. They're trying to pop out, but yeah, I want people to think about what we're going through and use us as an example, as far as do things smart. You know, keep an eye on what's around you. And another thing that's a good idea is make sure you're prepared for it, because with the number of cases rising and things going crazy, store shelves are starting to empty out again. So down south, a lot of stores are starting to empty out. But that's about all I got. I'm going to start getting to where I'm start coughing a lot more. So go out and invest yourself in some Gatorade. Get yourself healthy. Build your electrolytes up. Prepare yourself to fight this. If you think you're going to be around anyone that's got it, build your immunity up, your immune system up. You know, there's vitamins A, C and D and zinc and all the good stuff that you can get. Get it going now and keep it going throughout this whole thing, because it's one of those things where, everyone's going to catch this. It's just going to pick who it's going to destroy. And that's the one thing that it's like the lotto, right? You play the lotto, you don't know who's going to win. Well, this is kind of like the lotto. It's the Powerball, but real life. So take care of yourselves, eat healthy, be healthy, love your neighbor. I know all my neighbors. I love them all. Everyone that's helped us. My neighbor Eric, my friend Paul. I'm going to list off a whole bunch of names, and if I miss somebody, I completely apologize. But just the people who've reached out that's helped: Donna Anthony, Shonda, Cindy Edwards, Paul, Eric, Teresa Streeter. She's helped out. Julie Brophy, man, she's helped out a couple times. She brought us actually our first big deal of chicken noodle soup. Costco. It was actually not too bad. I still have some left. Who else has helped us out? Carrie from my work, my boss. He's brought me some stuff. Oh God, who else has stopped by? Marie and her husband, Caswell. They brought some stuff up from Eagle River one morning for Angela. So, these people are just phenomenal folks. And that's one reason I love to be in the communities that I'm in, is because they're all willing to help out. You mean something to everybody that's involved. And it's been phenomenal. Patty Higgins has called me a couple times to chat and talk to me a little bit. And I appreciate that. Our political views are probably a little different, but you know what? She still cares. And that's what this country is supposed to be about, is screw the political divide, love thy neighbor. And I'm happy she's reached out. We've had a couple talks a little bit. We had one where we disagreed on stuff, but you know what? We still ended it like civil people. And that's all I'm ever asking whenever I have a debate with anybody, is just end it civilly. That's all I care about. I care about people. So stay healthy. Don't be sick. Avoid things if you have to, if you can. If you don't need to be somewhere, don't go. With that said, there are things that I'm going to be still attending. I'll probably still go to the assembly. I might go wearing a little different getup than what I've been wearing. I might take my old military M50 mask next time I go. And you know what? I'll show them what really works on stuff like this. These cloth masks that all these guys on the assembly are wearing, they don't work. Especially when you got something that's, you can't even see it. And they're expecting a mask that you can, most of them you can blow through. Anyway, I'm off, guys. I'm going to start coughing and hacking here in a little bit. So I love you. Be good. Be safe. Be well. Hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving coming up. My Thanksgiving will be able to be my Thanksgiving hopefully will be me seeing Angela. That's what I'm hopeful. That's what I will be thankful for. So we love y'all. Peace out.